we wanted another.
We're at 18200 Erwin Street, Tarzana, California, 91335. This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing, Inc. We are going to attempt to run through a 4-inch mainline cleanout out to the city sewer. The mainline cleanout is comprised of ABS, plastic, pipe and fittings from what we can see right here at the surface. So we're going to run into the cleanout and out toward the street.
Are you talking to your phone or us? No, I just heard you.
That's a good. My imaginary friend. Everybody has one.
Bye. Bye. Let me know after check. Look, I promise. Okay. Bye.
Here's the mainline cleanout, and this is the front of the house. We have some glare from the sun. This is the front of the house, the property. That's going out toward the street. We have some water running in the house, and we're going to start running toward the city sewer. And we have ABS plastic. We do have some root intrusion coming off this area, just a little bit from a fitting. You can see at the top left. It's minor, but there is a little bit of root intrusion there. And we do have somewhat of a gap right here between the fittings, but we don't see major root intrusion there, and that's not something that I'd be too concerned about because it could be just the way the fittings were put together. A little bit of an offset in that joint too, but again, there's no breaks, there's no major root intrusions in there, nothing we have to be concerned about at this time. Joint looks good. Appears to all be ABS plastic pipe. The sewer line more than likely was replaced at one time. These houses were back in somewhere around the 70s. It was. The sewer line apparently was replaced 7 years ago, and it was installed with ABS plastic pipe and fittings from what we can see. Joint looks to be in good condition. Now we're heading down. This is a stack. As you can see, the camera's kind of wobbling a little bit. That's because it's hanging as we're dropping down into the stack going to the city sewer. Have a little bit of an offset there, a little bit of a gap. Not terrible. And then we have our transition right here at the property line to the 6-inch city lateral. This is a vitreous clay lateral. So it transitions from ABS plastic to 6-inch vitreous clay. And this is going out from the sidewalk area out to the city sewer now. And that joint looks good. That joint looks to be in good condition. That joint looks to be in good condition. We're getting a large amount of insects and bugs nowadays in the sewers, and the cities are even putting in chemicals to try and kill the insects and bugs so they don't crawl back into the sewers. That joint has a little bit of an offset right there, but nothing terrible. Again, that's in maintainable condition. No breaks, no root intrusions. That joint looks to be in good condition. We've got water coming right behind us right now. And we got a little bit of slag right here. It's just concrete slag. It's just over pour from when they put the joints together. But the joint looks to be in good condition. So we're going to jump over that area. And now we're heading down toward the city sewer. We should be pretty close. Going to wait for a minute. Somebody sounds like just flushed the toilet. So we're going to wait for a moment to dissipate a little bit. That joint looks to be in good condition. We're at 79 feet, and we'll come back and look at it on the way back. And that joint looks to be in good condition, nice and flush. No apparent breaks, no root intrusions. More concrete slag. Like I said, that's typical, the type of joints they were put together with concrete. That joint looks to be in good condition. That joint has a little bit of an offset to it. No major root intrusions, but it has a little bit of an offset to it. And we drop into the city sewer. That's a city sewer tie-in connection right here. And that is out in the middle of the street. This joint has shifted some. As I said, you can see more of the face on the right-hand side than you can the left-hand side. But it could have been this way since the city sewer was put in, maybe even back in the 60s. So it's not something that I would be too concerned about at this point. I may suggest that you have it checked in maybe 3 years possibly, just to make sure it doesn't shift anymore. And that drops into the city sewer right there. So everything we can see looks to be in fairly good condition, looks to be in maintainable condition at this point. All the clay looks to be pretty good, no major root intrusions, no major breaks, no major cracks. And that concrete slag will not pose a problem. With the fall on this pipe as much of an angle it has and as deep as it's going, it'll go right out over that. And if you ever did have an issue anyways, you could hydrojet that and come right out. So all this looks to be in good condition. Back, transitioning back, right there. That is at the property line. Coming back towards the house. As I said, the only one area that looked to have any issue was right in the beginning. You had a little bit of roots coming in through what looked like a branch line. We're going to pause for a minute. When we get to that area, we're going to run water. We're going to see if we can locate the branch line. Maybe coming from the other end of the house. Difficult to tell exactly where it's coming from. And that's where we have the roots coming in off up to the left at about the... I'm going to pause for a moment. the house, and the water is coming in from behind us. And we don't have an issue with anything else. This area where the minor root intrusion is coming in up at the top, this appears to be probably a test T or test Y. When they put the sewer in, they use this as the test part of it. Very possibly. We can't find an inlet coming from anywhere. We run water all over the place, and water does not come out of that area. So that's the only thing that I can think of, is that would be a test fitting. If this ever had to be excavated and repaired, it's probably just a plug that wasn't sealed good or something like that. It's not that deep. It's only less than 3 feet deep. Be excavated and repaired very easily, if need be. And that concludes our video sewer inspection.